because we have taken a stand for him. So I'm trying to hurry and rush this on because my camera will only let me have about 5 or 8 minutes. So we need not seek out persecution. It will come to us. And we know that in the Western world, it is common for Christians to be the butt of jokes and derisions on TV or other media. And we know that there are worldly Christians who give lip service to belief, but are Christians in name only. So when the world says, this is at the bottom 49, when the world says eat, drink, and be merry, the believer says that life is more than food and drink. When the world says live it up, the believer counters that we live for eternity. When the world says that we deserve to put ourselves first, the believer answers that Christ must be first and the one who orders our lives. And when we live differently, mirroring the life and values of Jesus, we're bound to stick out sooner or later. So when persecution comes, as it will for the true child of God, we must do more than tolerate or endure it. Jesus said that we are to rejoice and be glad because great is your reward in heaven. So if we rejoice in the moment of trial, we know that this response is the Holy Spirit empowering us for that moment. He is with us. At the bottom of 50, and how shall we regard those who direct their worst toward us? Jesus said we are to love our enemies. Is that tough or what? When we respond to persecution, we must be careful in how we characterize people outside the faith. As believers, we are not anti-communist, anti-gay, anti-white, anti-anyone. If we take that stance, we put up walls. All men and women are sinners and in need of God's grace. We don't seek to change people's labels, but bring them to a transforming knowledge of Jesus Christ. As John Wesley said, let your actions show that you are as genuine in love as they are in hatred. Finally, we owe our enemies our prayers. They attack because they need the full indwelling of Christ in their lives. They are lost, and unlike those persecuted for righteousness' sake, their futures are beyond bleak. So the reflection questions at the bottom of page 51, I skipped down to question number 3. Is the world becoming safer or more dangerous for Christians? Why do you believe that? So that's a personal question that we must answer individually. And I felt that, yes, there are more spiritual attacks. There's more greed, envy, selfishness, and prejudice. And there's more stuff and people in the world. There are more scams. And sometimes when we try to do good, evil still abounds. So let us stay focused on Christ. Let us to stay focused on what our Christian walk is supposed to be. And I pray that we will be able to gather again by the end of this month. So I'll continue to try to videotape the lesson. I still haven't figured out Zoom yet. But be blessed, be safe. God loves you, and so do I. And I miss you guys. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next week.